Hey peeps, so I have a junk journal to share with you today that will be listed in my Etsy shop by the end of the day today. So I hope this I won't say new angle, it's the same angle, I just kind of elevated the camera a little bit because I felt like I was like really zoomed in sometimes. So hopefully I can stay on this floral border. I only use one piece of it so I can remain, hopefully it'll help me stay where I need to stay. So from now until as close as I can get to Mother's Day, all the journals you will see will be not Mother's Day themed, but they will be, I don't know, with moms in mind, I guess. That's the only way I could express it. But since, that's the holiday is coming up, this is my first time doing journals well, not for Mother's Day. I don't want to keep saying that because they're not Mother's Day journals. They're just, you know what I mean, you guys. But this is my first Mother's Day Etsy restock. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bittersweet because unfortunately I don't have my mom. But this journal right here, well, this paper collection, you guys seen it before. This is my third time using this collection. I love it so much. And I think it's because it reminds me so much of my mom. So anytime I'm using it, that's what I think of. So when I make these journals with this collection, it's like double the love. So let's get started. Enough of my rambling. I used a composition notebook that I covered with a pillow sham that I got from the thrift store. If you saw my last haul, you know that I purchased a couple of pillow shams that I plan to use for covers. Well, this one I bought a while before I bought the other ones. And I coffee dyed it because it was really white. And I really, really love how it came out. I struggled a little bit with whether to add like lace or book corners. I tried everything and then nothing was working for me. So I think because the flowers are so big and bold, nothing else, I think anything else on it would clash. So hopefully you guys like it. I actually like it a lot. And yeah, so let's get started because I am just rambling on. So yeah, pillow sham. In between is some felt. So it's nice and, it has like a nice soft feel to it. I sealed the edges so it wouldn't fray. I've been pulling on them just to make sure it didn't fray. So I sealed the edges so you don't have to worry about them fraying. And then I used this gorgeous crochet trim that I don't know if the bestie sent me or I bought from my fabric store, but it is just so pretty. And I just thought it just added enough not to overwhelm the beautifulness of this flower. So I think it complemented it well. I don't know. I hope you guys think so as well. So here's the back. So see, the flowers are so pretty, and I used the extra large eyelets and tied through some seam binding, and then I just used a Tim Holtz charm and I just hung a few charms. Let me turn them around so you can see them. So it's just a rose and a heart that I alcohol inked because it was like bright silver. Actually, alcohol inked this a long time ago. And then like a little cameo. I hope I am in frame because I cannot see anything. So I hope I'm doing okay. The camera is way too high. So I hope I'm doing all right. So because Mother's Day is coming up. If you saw my last video, which was a haul video from Dollar Tree and the thrift store, I purchased this book of poems that I didn't bring in here with me, but I purchased this book of poems that are for moms, and I added one in here. So my thinking is I'm going to add them in all the journals from now until Mother's Day. So if you know, don't plan to use it as a Mother's Day gift, you can always save it, give it to your mom, or give it to someone who can appreciate it. So, you know, or if you really don't want it, you can message me and say, please don't put a Mother's Day poem in there, and I won't. Okay, so inside, let's get inside. So I did so much talking. Oh my goodness. So we have a vintage bag here that I covered with some scraps of the paper. I added this crocheted trim. That was the last little piece I had left. I have some flowers here. You might hear a lot of noise, you guys, so just to let you know, we got snow today and the kids on spring break here in New York, so they may be yelling and screaming outside playing in the snow. Anyway, so I have put 2 flowers here with enamel dots in the middle. There is a pocket here that says Peace, which, you know, if you're a mom of little ones or even a teenager, I guess you hope to get some peace on Mother's Day. I know that was my wish. Never happened, but, you know, not until he got grown and moved out. Then I got all the peace I can get. So this is from my Rose book. I love using these. I love this book so much. And then I just backed it with some coffee dyed paper so you can journal on it. And of course, because it is, did I even say this is the English Rose Garden collection? I don't even think I did. Sorry, you guys, I had 1 cup of coffee and it hasn't quite kicked in yet. So I added the seed packet. This one is Shasta Daisy. I don't know anything about gardening, but I love adding these little seed packets in here because I'm sure somebody will appreciate it. So here I cut one of my images from my rose book. It's a pretty rose. And then it had this pretty yellow rose, so I couldn't, you know, make up my mind. So I added both of them. I mean, I didn't cover it with any coffee dyed paper. So usually I put pattern paper on the front, but I thought, let me switch it up. And then I used my coffee dyed stencil, which I think is so pretty. Who knew Dollar Tree stencils would give me such an amazing look? So this is where I added the Mother's Day poem. I'm not going to read it because it's really long, and you know I haven't had any coffee, so I will probably screw it up. But I pulled it from my book. I added some fabric tape on the sides, and then I just colored in a little bit to match the tape because it was totally black and white, just to give it a little bit of color. And so here's the poem, and all the poems in this book has a scripture at the bottom, and I just thought it's such a lovely book. And then here's the other side, because it had a little short poem on this side. I added some washi tape here that kind of matched the words, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully someone will enjoy that. I tell you, I was reading some of these poems and I was like literally in tears because especially because they have some poems in there for like moms who are in heaven, and oh my goodness, I was a hot mess. So anyway, so what I did was, you guys know, if you watch me for a long time, you know when I use single-sided papers and I'm doing something vintage, I got to do something with that bright white. So I sprayed it with my coffee dye shimmer, because I put shimmer in my spray bottle, and I just sprayed it just to give it a little bit of a vintage feel. And I really love doing this. I love the look of it. And then I just added some of my Dollar Tree flowers here in the corner, so you can write really nice right there. And then I did a tuck spot here and added this little lace here. And so, you know, you have a little journal card from the collection. I didn't even ink that. Oh, yes, I did. this little rose. I've had the stickers forever, and I'm trying to use them up because they're gonna eventually not stick anymore. Oh my goodness. I didn't even say, I used a lot of washi tape and a lot of fabric tape in this journal because I wanted to decorate some of the, the white pages, and I want to use up this tape because I have it. And also to give my customer an idea of what to use with her tape. So, yeah, the polka dot is fabric, and this is washi tape. And then I use a Tim Holtz, I think they're called Small Talk. And it's to start each day with a grateful heart. I hope I am in camera, you guys. I really do. I really do, because here's some more stencil pages. All right, let me hurry up. I feel like I'm taking so long. There's a Tsunami Rose to-do list, and I just did a simple paper clip with this punch that I rarely ever use because it's really difficult to punch. It's a big punch, and so I just used, I hope I'm showing you. So I just used some, the strips at the top of the paper, and I used a little punch flower from the scraps of my rose book, and an enamel dot, and this is just scraps from the crocheted lace that I had on the spine. Oh my God, this is gonna be one of those journals, you guys. I mean, one of those videos. I am so out of it right now. So, yeah, I did 3 of them. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. I did 3 of them, and one I'll put in a goodie bag. You'll see the other one later. Another Dollar Tree sticker I printed on my music sheet. It's like a floral wreath, really pretty. I thought it matched perfectly. Oh my God, I found these cute little garden sheds that people like decked out, and so I had to put them in. I had to put them in here. So this one is really, I'm gonna see if I can get a little closer. I'm trying not to shake the camera too. I'm sorry, you guys. Look at this. Isn't that so cute? Oh my God, it's so cute. So I backed it with coffee dye paper, so of course you can journal on the back of it. And here's a picture from my rose book. It's I think it's a, what do you call them, trellis? I don't even know. So I don't know if the camera is, if I'm, hopefully I'm in frame. Oh God, I need to mark it or something. I feel like the border is good, but I don't know. Maybe because I'm just so used to being able to glance and see what I'm doing. Anyway, there's the other side. I couldn't cover it because it's pretty on both sides, so I left it there. Some more of my stencil paper. And so let me tell you, I pulled out my old school scissors, and I was just kind of trying to do a little decorative edge. And yeah, it came out a little wonky in the middle, but I think it still gives it a little character myself. But yeah, hopefully you think so. I added some washi and some fabric tape and put another Great Things Take Time, Tim Holtz Small Talk. And I did I attached 2 envelopes, and I didn't do it the way normal people, I guess, do it. I just attached it with some scraps of cardstock, and then I just went over it with some fabric tape, and that's how I did it. Because I can't be, measuring and stuff, And then I have all these envelopes, so I don't make envelopes. I'm just a lazy crafter, you guys. That's pretty much what it is. I don't really make too much stuff. So I have a little pocket here, and I just added these little receipts in there, and I just added a little rose at the bottom. I don't know why I never used these. I bought them. I coffee dyed some of them, but I don't know why I never used them. So I just stuck it in here. And so you have a little bit of lace here. This is not a tuck spot, it's just a pocket. And so more coffee dyed paper. I feel like this video is a hot mess, guys. I don't know, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get it together, hopefully, for the next video. So there's another Dollar Tree sticker. And then I made a bunch of these little mason jar paper piece, a bunch of mason jars. That's what I meant to say with the stamp that I have. And I love them because you can, you know, write a little note on the back. So I backed them all with some, this one I backed with some leftover textured cardstock that I had. But the other ones, I think I did coffee dyed paper. So let me hurry up because I feel like I am just like 20 minutes in and I am not even halfway done. So here's another one. It's a bigger jar than the other one. I have 2 mason jar stamps. And then here's the middle of the signature. I've had this die cut piece forever and always wanted to use it, and usually my journals are too small, but this one was the perfect size. So I just made a pocket out of it, and I added this little lace piece. And I just added this tag that I made. It was perfect because it had this stencil on it, and so I just left it plain for some journaling and used my soft yarn for the top. And then I just cut some punched some butterflies, with my leftover scraps from my rose book. Oh, I didn't even say this, but I double stitched this journal because it just felt like it was so fat. It's only 62 pages, but it felt so bulky, I think because I sprayed the papers, so it made them a little wrinkly, and it just felt like one stitch wasn't gonna quite work. So I doubled it just to make sure it didn't break. I did 2 strips of the fabric washi here. You know what? I didn't tell you guys. So, and I'm sure you probably saw it and I didn't even point it out. But I wanted to reinforce the spine, so I added some fabric washi in the middle. The polka dot fabric tape that I used reminded me. So I added a little bit more fabric tape and some washi tape, and then I put a Tim Holtz "Today is Full of Possibilities" sticker down here. Man, I hope this is all in frame. And here's another one of those cute little sheds. This one was yellow, so I thought it looked good next to the yellow and purple page. So hopefully I'm showing you. Hopefully I'm showing you right. So this was just a page that I had printed. It was supposed to be in one of the other books that I made with this collection, but it didn't make it. So I added it in here for extra journaling, and I left the top open for a pocket. It'd be nice if I don't hold the bottom. So this is just a time card that I glued a sheet of note paper. This is things to do on it. I added a little washi down here at the bottom. Just, you know, something different. So you have lots of little places to journal in this journal. To keep track of all your notes. And then here's the Tsunami Rose calendar, and I also backed it with some coffee dyed paper. Here's the other envelope. And this one just has a journal card from the collection. Some more coffee dyed paper, some more of my wonky cutting with the scissors. There is a other side of the flower page, and here's the other side of that page. And then this one is a pocket. Yes, this is a pocket too. And I did another, just another receipt with another rose at the bottom, just because, I don't know. And then here's the other side of the music sheet. Here's another mason jar. Some more out of the coffee dye paper. There's another tsunami rose. Here's another paper clip. This one has no crochet trim because I only had a little piece. I felt like I had two papers. And then this, I made a little booklet because I had all this left over from a previous journal. So the inside, I'll show you, is an advertisement from a magazine called The Work Basket that I got from the Bestie. I'll show you really quick. It's from 1968. I had to photocopy it. I hope I'm not breaking any copyright laws. But it's literally falling apart. But I love it so much that I wanted to use some of the pages. So this is the cover. I can't show you all of it because some of it still has this was from her mom. Her mom still has the label with her name on it. So this is January 1968. So it's pretty old. So hopefully it was literally falling apart. There's no way I could have used it otherwise. So I used it in here, and this was like flower seeds, 15 for $1, and tomatoes. So I thought it was appropriate for here. And so this is just some place where you can just jot down some extra notes. You know, tsunami rose, lovely papers, and some coffee dyed paper. And then here's another one of the ads that was in that book, Everbearing Climbing. So this is for strawberries. So here's the back. So that's just an extra little booklet that you can write some additional notes on. And then here is some more coffee dye paper, and I just use my Martha Stewart punch here on the corners. And then this one has a faint stenciling of the coffee dye, the stencil. Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys. It's the back pocket. And then here is another journal card. It says love. This video is a hot mess. And then another image from my rose book here. And then another seed packet. Marigold. And then some more crochet trim and some more flowers. So that's it. Hopefully that wasn't too painful. I feel like it was a hot mess. So, yeah. It was a hot mess video. I have to admit it. So, just turn the volume off and, put it on speed, double the speed so you don't have to hear my rambling. So thank you guys so much for watching. This will be listed in my Etsy if you're interested, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now. Have a great one.